Good afternoon. My name's Dustin with Sama Labs, and today I'm going to go show you a couple of high-performing insurance accounts and walk you through them. Specifically, we're focusing on IUL and mortgage protection ads for both of these accounts. We also offer annuities and other things, but these are the bread and butter that most people are searching for, so that's what we'll focus on today. For this customer, they've been with us for a little over 18 months. This is a really well-grown account. They have an office where they are supplying the leads to their agents internally. And so for this, the last 90 days roughly, we've spent a little over $41,000. It's brought in 2,450 leads for them. And our average cost per lead right now is $16.85. As I mentioned, this is over the last 90 days, so that is a slightly increased CPL because of the election and then other holiday ads and other things like that. Even with us combating those, we still managed to keep a very, very strong CPL. Standard delivery for them, they like standard delivery ads and then Advantage Plus, two types of campaign deliveries that we can offer. Advantage Plus is faster and does bring the campaigns within the target CPL faster, but we're usually using more creatives for this. It does go through the audiences quicker as well. So your standard delivery takes at least 3 days to learn. We'll have a higher CPL while it's learning, so it does cause a little bit more anxiety waiting to make sure that it's going to come down in the correct range. But once it does hit that target range, it will typically stay in that range much, much longer. So having a mixture of these two types of accounts and types of delivery is key for balance for this type of account. For a newer up-and-coming account, this customer has been with us a little over 90 days, just showing you a quick snapshot of the last 90 days. They came in with a really high CPL, and then along with that, they were having a really hard time qualifying leads. They were getting a lot of spam, a lot of junk, a lot of just auto-filling on the forms, right? So for this, we've added a lot more qualification steps. It has caused a slight increase to the cost per lead over that time. So for them, we've spent $8,500. We brought in 382 leads, and then the cost per lead for this one was $20.37. Now, as you can see, we've already brought it even further down from there, but with having more qualification steps up front, you are increasing that cost per lead every time. Like, we know this, but with this, we're perfectly fine with it. We want the more qualified lead. We want the more qualified customer. Whereas this agency, if we don't have a 70% contact rate, we have to adjust the targeting. We revamp the ad. If we don't have a 40% appointment set rate, we adjust targeting, relaunch ads. And then typically this customer is closing about 27 to 30% depending on the time of year. Small fluctuations in there, also with bringing in new agents. This customer is, because we're going more qualified up front, they have a much higher contact rate. We're using PIN verifications prior to contact. And if they don't get PINs on at least 40% minimum, again, we relaunch. This one has an 80% contact rate. It is fantastic. Closures on these types of leads and the accounts for this customer, again, it's very volume based. They are typically smaller policies like the $3,000 to $5,000 range, whereas this customer base to where we're doing a very qualified lead, they have been higher policies and they have done higher underwriting. So very different types of strategies, very different types of deliveries. Sama offers multiple ways to go after customers depending on what's important to you, depending on how your office is set up and what your goals are. So questions, comments, concerns, Sama is always here for you. Happy to answer any questions, but this is a quick overview of how we're running things.